Demonic, yes, demonic approach to life. Always thinking a little bit more will be enough. That is a life wasted. Oh, Danny boy, Danny boy, Danny boy, I get knocked out, dab. We are back with another reflection on the Daily Vedantic, and today's reflection is on this little subtle thing that none of us think too much about. In fact, when we do think about it, we think it can't be anything but a good thing. That is the future tense. I've been reflecting on this recently, that in chapter 16 of the Gita, it describes the qualities of the divine person and the qualities of the demonic person, the separated person. Not demonic like we think in the West of like horns and things like that. That's in the last 1,000 years, that's been our imagery. That is not what this is talking about. This is more about the separated person, separated from themselves. And this chapter talks about this kind of person. And chapter 16 says of this person will say things like, I am well born. There's none equal to me. Those things, those are qualities we all kind of think about when we think of someone that is, well, egoistic. You don't think of a divine person as thinking so highly of themselves. But what was interesting in that same verse, it also says that this kind of person with a demonic approach to life says, I will give, I will sacrifice, I will rejoice. And we're going to come back to that last one because that really sent me for a spin. But what it's saying is, and this philosophy is so savvy, it's so nuanced, in that it's not saying the demonic person is like the devil listening to the devil on your shoulder that's saying like, steal that bread at the corner store. Go and kill people around you. Like that's not, none of us have those kinds of deliberations. It's actually quite easy to think of ourselves as, well, we're good people when the bar is so low of lying, cheating, stealing, killing, violence. But this philosophy doesn't make like some kind of crass contrast of the spiritual being and the non-spiritual being, of the person that listens to the little red devil that tells you to commit crimes and the angel that tells you to help the person walk across the street. It's way more realistic, way more nuanced, way more specific to how my mind thinks, at least. What this verse says, and I've just been reflecting on it for the last few days, is that it's so much more subtle than any of these gross examples we've talked about of what the non-spiritual person would do. As subtle as saying a demonic approach to life is casually thinking, oh, I will give down the road. Oh, I will sacrifice. I will rejoice down the line. As soon as I get a good footing in life, then I'll be able to give to others. As soon as I kind of make sure the people around me are good, then I'll be able to sacrifice for the wider community. As soon as I hit this milestone in my career over the next 6 months, then I will be happy. That is the demonic approach to life. That innocuous, seemingly innocent approach where these things, these virtuous things, are in the future. Where you don't really need to be generous right now. You don't really need to be sacrificing your own desires for the will of those around you. You don't need to do that right now because you're crystal clear. You're going to do it in the future. This timeless wisdom is saying it's that subtle, seductive thought that I'll do that in a little bit that takes us down the path of endless selfishness. It's kind of like the donkey with the carrot hanging 3 feet in front of its nose. Someone riding a donkey can put that carrot 3 feet in front of the donkey's nose, and that donkey will go on an endless journey. Miles and miles and miles, because the donkey thinks I'm just a few feet away from this carrot. Swami will talk about this verse in the lectures that anyone can watch online. They're in the show notes, the link for the app and e-learning. It's just so brilliant to start your day off with a lecture from an ashram in India that, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, you'd have to go to the Himalayas to listen to a master speak about this philosophy. And today it's boop, boop, boop on your phone, on your couch, in the comfort of whatever city around the globe you're in. That is a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle that is possible today. I will take that over a bunch of loaves of bread for one meal. The fact that anyone around the world can click and listen to a master speak about this philosophy is outrageous. But the lecture on this verse is so powerful because it underscores just how subtle and seductive destruction of ourselves, of the people we love, of our communities can be. How seductive catastrophe is. And these sound like hyperbolic words, but you get to the end of your life and you think for 85 years, it was around the corner, it was around the corner, it was around the corner. Always thinking a little bit more will be enough. That is a life wasted. And it is hard to think of anything more catastrophic that we could do to ourselves than not only waste our lives, but influence those around us that, as soon as you get that, you're going to be happy. Your children that you love, the family around you, the people seeking your advice. And you reinforce this cultural illusion, that milestone, that place. Once you're good, then you can give and take care of others. But you got to look out for number one. That is, if anyone said to you, you got to look out for number one, many of our antennas would go up. Say, no. That's not what we culturally believe. We've got to look out for each other. We say those things, and yet it is so easy to slip into, I will look out for one another in a little bit, down the road, tomorrow. J.D. Rockefeller, America's first billionaire, was asked how much money is enough. And he half jokingly, half seriously said, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Ramatirtha, the great sage within this tradition, called it the snares of 99. You have 99% of what you want. You just want 1% more. Very few of us think, I'll be happy 50 years from now if I work towards this goal and I'm starting at like 3%, but at 100% I'll be happy. Instead, we all think we're at 99 as soon as I get X, Y, or Z, or X, Y, or Z happens. At last 1%, I'll be happy. So what leads us to demonic approach to life. Destructive approach to life. Throwing bombs everywhere we go instead of providing service everywhere we go. It's the 3 more feet, just a little bit more. That extra 1%. The soft, subtle seduction of the future tense. That's today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time.